I screamed when I didn't see the ambulance arrive, but what I remember is him screaming. That was the last thing I heard from him. Imagine waking up after a life-threatening accident with a message from Jesus himself. This is the story of Landon Whitley, a young boy who miraculously survived a tragic accident, only to return with a profound mission. What did he see on the other side? Who did he meet? Join us as we explore Landon's extraordinary journey, crossing the veil of death and the incredible insights he brought back. It was a typical Sunday afternoon, October 19th, 1997, when the Whitley family was driving home from church in their Pontiac Sunfire. Landon, their young son, sat in the back seat while his parents, Julie and Andy, were in the front. It seemed like any other day, but that would soon change in a horrifying way. As they crossed an intersection, Julie suddenly heard her husband scream, but in the chaos, his words were lost in an instant. Everything changed. An ambulance raced through the intersection and crashed into their car. The impact was catastrophic. The crash left Landon's parents severely injured. Andy tragically did not survive. Julie was forced to face the unimaginable pain of losing her husband. I didn't hear him scream. I didn't see the ambulance coming, but I remember him screaming. That was the last thing I heard from him, Julie would later recall. For young Landon, the situation was even more dire. After the accident, it took rescuers some time to locate him amidst the wreckage. When they finally found him, he had stopped breathing. The paramedics worked frantically to revive him, but his condition was critical. Landon was quickly airlifted to a nearby hospital, but his fight for survival was far from over. That day, Landon didn't just die once, but twice. The first time was at the scene of the accident. The second time was on the way to the hospital. But after the second time, something truly remarkable happened. At just 8 years old, Landon experienced something extraordinary. During the moments when his life hung in the balance, he described it as though he were in heaven. Each time he died, he recalled seeing streets of gold, meeting Jesus, encountering angels, his grandfather, and even 2 relatives he had never met before. These images left a lasting impression on him, igniting a deep curiosity about life, death, and what lies beyond. The wonder of those moments stayed with Landon as he grew older. Now, as an adult, he reflects on those experiences with awe. The accident, he says, was not only a tragedy, but also a glimpse into a far greater reality. It reaffirmed his faith and gave him a profound sense of peace, knowing that there is more to life than what meets the eye. Even though doctors did everything they could to save him, Landon's chances seemed slim. They warned his mother, Julie, that even if he survived, his injuries would be severe. They told her that if he made it, it was unlikely he would ever walk, talk, or even eat normally due to brain damage. But I was willing to accept him as he was, no matter what, Julie remembered. Her love for her son never wavered, even in the face of such overwhelming uncertainty. Landon's remarkable recovery defied all expectations. The trauma of the accident, the miracle of his survival, and the glimpse he had of the eternal would go on to shape his life in ways no one could have predicted. His story reminds us that the line between life and death is thinner than we realize, and sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin when we least expect them. The heartbreaking news came. Julie was ready to do whatever it took to keep Landon alive, even if it meant taking care of him in critical condition. In those dark moments, Julie's determination was unshakable. She was prepared to fight for her son, no matter the challenges that lay ahead. With Landon in her life, no matter the circumstances, That was the most important thing. While Landon fought to survive, Julie had to face the painful reality of saying goodbye to her husband at his funeral. She struggled with her emotions, anger and confusion with God. "I was so angry and heartbroken. When I sat at the funeral, I cursed God," she said. "I didn't understand why this was happening." She could not understand why God didn't send angels to protect them. But at the same time, she prayed more than ever for Landon's survival. While she may never fully understand why her husband died, or why her son miraculously survived, she remained steadfast in her faith. Julie believed that love and faith could carry us through even the darkest times. Despite suffering severe head injuries and being unconscious, supported by machines, Landon woke up 2 weeks after the accident. Julie believed this miraculous recovery was the result of her prayers, which astonished everyone. Doctors discovered that Landon had no brain damage. As Julie rejoiced in her son's recovery, she also faced the heartbreaking task of telling him that his father had passed away. With his face covered in scars, his head bandaged, Julie didn't want to hurt him further. "His face was all scarred, his head was wrapped, and I didn't want to hurt him anymore," she recalled. Julie had to balance her relief that Landon survived without brain injury with the pain of telling him that he had lost his father. In that difficult moment, Julie's love and strength as a mother shone through. With compassion, she asked Landon, "Do you know where your father is?" Landon answered, "Yes, I know where he is. I saw him in heaven." But Landon's experiences didn't end there. He told his mother that he had seen other familiar faces in heaven, family and friends who had passed away, and even siblings he had never met. He looked at me and said, "Oh, by the way, Mom, I forgot to tell you. I saw your other 2 children." I was stunned because I had miscarried twice before Landon was born, and we had never told him about it, Julie said. He knew they were his siblings, even though no one had ever told him about them. Landon explained that in heaven, you just know. You know who people are. Every time Landon faced death, he experienced something different in heaven. On his 3rd encounter with death, he met Jesus Christ and received a life-changing message. "Jesus came to me," Landon said, sharing the powerful encounter. It was a moment that changed everything, leaving an indelible mark on his life and faith. Julie, in her pain, could only hold on to the miraculous journey her son had gone through, knowing that God's love and plan were much bigger than she could ever fully understand. I want to tell you that you must return to earth to become a true follower of Jesus Christ and share with others about him. Landon shared that he wants everyone to realize that Jesus Christ is real. There is a heaven, there are angels, and we must follow his word and the Bible. In the end, life will be better when we obey his commands. Landon and his mother began their mission to share their experiences, offering hope to those struggling with loss. Landon emphasized that he does this because of Jesus Christ, affirming his belief in the existence of Jesus, heaven, and angels, because he has seen Jesus and he knows. As he looks back at their journey, Landon's mission is clear, and he has dedicated himself to fulfilling it. Julie reflects on how her understanding of faith has evolved. She used to wonder why God didn't send an angel to protect them, but now she believes that angels are always there, guiding them to fulfill God's plan. Instead of being trapped in grief or anger, she now sees that their journey is one of divine guidance. Julie uses their story to help others maintain their faith, even in times of loss. It's a great blessing to witness her son telling others about Jesus. She says that Landon is always ready to remind everyone that heaven is real, because he's been there. Even though Landon survived severe injuries, with 23 metal plates in his head, a nose reconstructed from part of his skull, and having lost vision in one of his eyes, today he lives a nearly normal life. His survival is nothing short of a miracle. Landon's story is proof of the human spirit's resilience. Despite the tragedies he's endured and the physical challenges he's faced, he continues to live his life to the fullest, and his journey is one of courage, strength, and the power of love to rise above even the most difficult circumstances. We believe that God is sending a message to Christians all over the world about the return of Jesus Christ. If you are serious about your faith, focus on living a holy life. Take time to pray for those who are lost, and share your faith whenever you can. The Bible teaches us how to live and spread the Word of God. It's all there. We are grateful for everyone who has stayed with us until now. We truly appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next video.
Do you love meaningful Bible stories? Top 7 Bible Stories channel will bring you inspiration and peace every day. Don't forget to like and share your thoughts in the comments section. Your sharing is the motivation for us to bring more stories. Top 7 Bible Stories. Good stories, beautiful meanings.